Imagine tomorrow the global temperature drops 10 degrees. Crops die, rivers freeze, wind cuts like glass. Now imagine you have no down jacket, no central heating, no supermarket, no hospital, just your hands, your brain, and the people around you. How long would you survive? Most of us wouldn't last a week, but between 25,000 and 115,000 years ago, humans didn't just survive the Ice Age. They dominated it. And the methods they used to do it are so ingenious, so brutal, and so completely beyond what we imagine that archaeologists are still processing what they found. The last Ice Age wasn't a single event. It was a series of glacial advances and retreats that lasted tens of thousands of years. At its worst, an ice sheet more than 2 miles thick covered what is now Canada, northern Europe, and large parts of Asia. Sea levels were 400 feet lower than today. Average temperatures were between 6 and 10 degrees colder than now. And humans with no modern technology whatsoever found a way to not just survive, but to expand, innovate, and create some of the most remarkable art in human history. How? Let's start with something that seems simple but changed everything. Bones. Ice Age humans discovered that mammoth, reindeer, and bison bones weren't just food. They were construction material, they were tools, they were clothing. In 1965, Ukrainian archaeologists excavating near Mezhyrich found something nobody expected: dwelling structures built entirely from mammoth bones. Over 150 mammoth bones, carefully assembled to create domed shelters that could house entire families. Mammoth tusks served as structural arches. Skulls formed the foundations. Shoulder blades were used as tiles. Archaeologist Olga Soffer at the University of Illinois studied these structures and concluded they required a level of planning, cooperation, and engineering knowledge that nobody had associated with humans from 15,000 years ago. They weren't caves. They weren't improvised shelters. They were houses, built on the coldest tundra on Earth, using the only materials available. But there is one Ice Age invention that anthropologists consider potentially more important than any other. More important than controlled fire, more important than stone weapons. A bone needle. The earliest known eyed needle dates to approximately 50,000 years ago, found in the Chauvet Cave in Siberia. Why does a needle matter so much? Because before the needle, humans wrapped animal skins around their bodies. After the needle, humans wore clothing. And the difference between wrapping and wearing is not aesthetic. It's the difference between losing 40% of your body heat and retaining it almost completely. Researcher Gillian Vogelsang Eastwood at the Textile Research Center in Leiden spent years documenting that sewn, body-fitted clothing, soft inner layers against the skin, waterproof outer layers, allowed humans to operate in temperatures of negative 30 degrees Celsius. Without that technology, human expansion into northern Europe and Siberia, and eventually into the Americas through the Beringia land bridge, would have been biologically impossible. One small bone needle. That's what made the colonization of a continent possible. Now here's where the story gets truly strange. Because Ice Age humans didn't only eat what they hunted, they ate things we today would consider unthinkable. Paleontologist Hervé Boschrens at the University of Tübingen analyzed isotopes in human bones from this period and found something surprising. Ice Age humans were hypercarnivores, not omnivores with a varied diet. They consumed between 70 and 90% of their calories from animal sources, levels comparable to modern wolves and lions. But what they ate wasn't just muscle meat. They ate bone marrow, extracted by breaking bones with specifically designed stones. They ate organs, liver, kidneys, heart, lungs, immediately after a kill before the cold could freeze them. They ate fat in quantities that would seem extreme to us today, because fat was the only energy source dense enough to maintain body heat in Arctic temperatures. And they ate something else: insects. Archaeologists have found evidence at multiple sites that Ice Age humans consumed larvae, grubs, and insect eggs during months when hunting was impossible. Not out of desperation, out of intelligence. Insects provide high-quality protein, fat, and micronutrients that muscle meat doesn't always contain. Here's where the story gets philosophically interesting. Because fire during the Ice Age wasn't just heat, it was information. It was communication. It was storage. Archaeologists studying settlement patterns from this period found that human groups maintained central fires that burned continuously for weeks, sometimes months, not for comfort, because letting a fire go out at -20 degrees meant the end of the group. Restarting a fire with flint when your fingers are frozen and your tools are buried under snow was not an option. Fire was a human group's most valuable asset, more valuable than weapons, more valuable than stored food. Archaeologist Dennis Sandgath at Simon Fraser University documented something even more remarkable. Human groups from this period developed relay systems to keep fires burning through the night, with individuals specifically assigned to watch them while the rest of the group slept. The same sentinel sleep pattern we described in the ancestral sleep video, but here with a different function. Not just protection, but preservation of fire. And one more function archaeologists have recently documented: fire as a signal. Separated groups of the same tribe could communicate across distances of several miles, using smoke patterns during the day and flame patterns at night. Before written language, before the telephone, before any communication technology we would recognize, fire was already a signal system. But none of these innovations is what surprises researchers most. What surprises them most is the art. At the coldest point of the Ice Age, when survival conditions were most extreme, when every calorie and every hour of light was critical, humans found time to create. Chauvet Cave in France, dated to approximately 36,000 years ago, contains paintings that modern art experts describe as masterful in technique, perspective, and emotional expression. Animals are depicted in motion. Shadows suggest depth. Groups of figures communicate narrative. The artist or artists who created these paintings, working with primitive torches in the cold interior of a cave, with pigments made from charcoal and mineral oxides, demonstrated a mastery of drawing comparable to Renaissance artists. Researcher Ian McGilchrist, in his analysis of prehistoric human cognition, argues that these paintings are not evidence of primitive thought. They are evidence of completely modern thought, the same type of thinking you use right now, in a brain that worked exactly the same as yours, in conditions that would have destroyed most of us within days. Think about what this means. The humans who lived during the Ice Age were not primitive. They were not less intelligent than you. They were not waiting to evolve. They were using the exact same brain hardware you use to solve problems that we, with all our technology, probably couldn't solve. They built mammoth bone houses because they had no other option. They sewed clothing with bone needles because they understood body thermodynamics better than we give them credit for. They kept fire burning for months because they knew it was the difference between life and death. And in the middle of all that, the cold, the hunger, the darkness, they found time to paint horses in motion on cave walls. Not to survive, but because that's what human beings do when they are completely free. They create. And that hasn't changed either.